if we're trying to prepare for the future, what are the skills? Because I was reading this article and it said, in the age of artificial intelligence and automation, the most powerful skill or attribute to have is leadership skills. So could you adapt on that? What do you think? What do you think, in a way, a good leader, especially in a business, medical, or school world, would look like?
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's really important is flexibility.
How so? How? What do you mean by that?
So flexibility too. So I think on average, like my parents and your parents probably had, I don't know about your parents, but my parents have had one career, one job. My dad's been in the same job his whole career, and I'm 28 and I'm already, studied medicine, worked in the hospital, and now I'm working in a completely different field.
Yeah.
And I think so people's careers are much more circuitous than they were previously. So I think being adaptable and able to apply yourself in a number of different areas is a really important skill.
Yeah.
But back to leadership, I think, or to me, leadership is caring enough about something where you actually want to make a difference.
Yeah.
And everyone has different ideas of what leadership is, but leadership can be like on any level. It can be that you see an issue in your school or in your workplace and you care enough about that to do something to make a difference, or in your community you see something that's an issue and you care enough about that to make a difference. Or for Dave and I with Learn Coaches, that we learned and knew that in New Zealand there are so many kids who, unlike me and unlike Dave, have no one to help them. Like, imagine if you went home and your parents didn't have the skills to help you when you needed it.
Yeah.
Like that sucks, and that's a massive disadvantage. And so we cared enough about that to start something that we hope is making a difference.
Could you teach that though? That's the question.
Well, I don't know.
It's because it's not like math tests, because you can teach algebra and you if someone knows algebra because you can see it on a piece of paper. But how does one teach leadership though?
I think it's like all of those soft skills. It's like, how do you teach communication skills? How do you teach someone to relate to someone else? How do you teach someone to care? How do you teach ethics? How do you teach morals? And I think the only way that you can learn those kind of things is by seeing other people doing it. And I guess that it's not, you can't really test for that. It's about, when I think like who has influenced or impacted my life, and who do I see that I have learned from, those would be people that I would learn leadership skills from. Not like I can't read in a textbook or watch a video about leadership and then implement that. I have to see it in action and be like, oh, that's amazing, that person's amazing, maybe I could do something like that.